What's up, Snowy family? You know who's here. Got a couple reactions for y'all today. We're going to start off with business winning system for 2026. Most entrepreneurs will miss this. Don't let it be you. Let's get into it. Show you how it go.
Business winning system for 2026. A system is simply this: a repeatable way to get predictable results. Let me say this again. It's a repeatable way to get predictable results.
Let me stop right there real quick. That's why it's so important to build procedures so you're not reinventing the wheel. You're not reteaching things. You're not relearning things. You have places where things go. You have labeling. You have an entire system that understands what is going on, that communicates with each other.
Without a system, you work harder, not smarter. You stay busy, but don't build momentum. Everything depends on you, but growth stalls. But with a winning system, your business becomes consistent. Your time becomes protected. Your vision becomes scalable. And not only that, there's that faith principle behind it as well. I will mention these two principles that you probably heard before, but I'm just simply saying it in a different way. The first one is that God is a God of order. Let me say this again. God is a God of order. And the second one is that creation itself, it's a system. Did you hear that? Creation in itself, it's a system. Now, I'm sure that you're asking yourself why systems matter in 2026. Let's talk about it. Hello, family.
1 second. He talked real briefly about scalability. There's a level of scalability that if you want your vision, your business to have, you cannot do everything. And if you cannot do everything, that means that you have to properly be able to delegate other acts, other tasks, especially the tasks that you know you're not efficient at. And it is important to understand what you are good at and outsource the things that you cannot do at a high scale. I know for our business, my fastball, or the thing that I feel like I'm the most skilled at, is our operations, is understanding our systems, understanding what needs to be done, what units need to be set up, created, what systems need to be placed digitally, how we can utilize AI in order to structure certain aspects of our business. We have an AI agent that has all of our information, all of our handbooks for each of our units, for everything, that allows for us to not have to answer every single question. That was a huge bottleneck when we're deep in the season, when we have 7 events in a day. It's like, oh my gosh, you got somebody asking a question that is on the handbook, and then another person in a whole nother place asking the same. So it gets difficult because you cannot be everywhere at one time. So if you're really planning on scalability, if you really want to have a vision on scalability, systems have to be in place to where automation begins and you don't have to do every single thing. Now, I'm going to let this guy go crazy, but I just had to get that out.
Jonathan here, and this is just a quick reminder. Listen, if you have not yet grabbed a copy of my business book, The One Shoe Wonder, well, this is your moment. This book is a powerful opportunity for one. Now it's a problem.
Hey, get his book.
2026 will not reward hustle. It will reward structure.
Mm,
Do you believe that?
mm,
Your talent
that's
can
good.
open doors for you, but it is your anointing, your preparation that will bring opportunities.
Preparation. Preparation only sets you up for the performance. That there's no shortcut to that. The more you prepare, the better you perform. It's that simple.
I will take this a step further. They say that success is when opportunity meets preparation. If the opportunity shows up, and you're not prepared, see, someone that is not as talented as you may be more prepared than you, and that person may be rewarded with the opportunity.
Kevin Durant, hard work beats talent before talent went. Let me repeat. Hard work beats talent when talent fails to work hard. Think about that.
So your talent will always open doors for you for sure, but it's your preparation, your discipline, your consistency, and your anointing that will bring opportunities your way. You see, systems sustain success. And if everything in your business lives in your head, you don't own a business, my friend. You own a job.
Oh,
Hi, Jonathan
oh
here with
my
Immunity
God.
Footwear. And today,
I never heard it like that, but it's so true because now you have to implement everything that's in your mind. It's hard for you to delegate what's in your mind if you cannot properly communicate it, if you don't have something tangible that people can live by, can go by, can understand, a true template that they understand. It's very difficult to truly transcend what your thoughts are thinking to someone else's actions. It's very difficult. That's why you have to create some type of system and also understand there are different personalities, there are different people that interpret what you think that you have in your mind perfectly. They're going to interpret it differently. There has to be a bridge and also a test of other people implementing what you have in your brain. It is not just you have it in your brain, you can easily just tell someone. People have different walks of life, different states of mind, different thought patterns, and it's just a different interpretation. That is good. I never thought of it like your brain, because you're not able to truly systemize what's in your brain. It's more of a job because now you have to play all these roles instead of delegating it, what a true entrepreneur would do, even if it's using AI to delegate. For you to have everything and to do everything, you are still programmed in a job mentality.
I want to introduce to you one of the most elegant pieces in our collection, the burgundy and no
Hey,
shortcut for
get his
elephant.
shoes.
If you're ready
Nice
below,
loafers.
I'm going to give you 5 core systems that every winning business needs. Are you ready? Let's go. Number one, a clear offer. People should understand what you do, who it is for, and why it matters. If it's not clear enough, then it's confusing. Within seconds, that confusion will kill the conversion. Number two,
Very quick with a clear offer. To all my entrepreneurs, future entrepreneurs, make sure you have a capability statement. Make sure you have a clear cut one pager document that shows everything that your business is capable of doing. And attach that to your email when you're trying to make these new deals. Show them, hey, you're not just this business that just came up with something and now the next day you're trying to go to these big companies, these big organizations that are allowing you to create some type of business transaction. Have that statement ready so at any point in time you can present it and show them, hey, I'm not playing. This is my life. This is what I do.
a lead and audience system. If you're not consistently attracting new people, growth is simply impossible. Number three, a sales system. Sales should not depend on mood or motivation. There must be a clear path to purchase, consistent follow up, and simple next steps. Sales is simply service.
AI is a great tool for this. It is an opportunity for you to automate that transaction throughout the whole time to enhance communication and for you to not always be there. Now, granted, you have to still monitor and manage the automation, the AI. It is important that you understand what is going on through the deal, but it is a great time now to know that and to use that as an advantage to let it work for you.
When done with integrity. Number four, a delivery system. How you deliver your service, your product, and your experience matters. Listen to this. Excellence builds trust, but consistency builds reputation. You need to have a good reputation, which will be your personal brand.
And with that, with reputation, do not undermine the value of word of mouth. Word of mouth is still, in my opinion, one of the highest forms of marketing. It To hear a trusted individual tell you how good a company is always gonna supersede that beautiful website or that beautiful offer that has been presented to you via email, via text, whatever the case may be. That word of mouth of a trusted individual is important. That's why delivering that high level service, and maybe it's not exactly where you want to be financially or deal wise. You want to have more deals, more offers, but to kill and to be the most effective, the most efficient with the customers you do have, to keep that retention up, to make them feel like, man, I can turn my back on this business and I know they're going to deliver 11 out of 10 times. That is that marketing that you cannot, it's very hard to manipulate. And then the word will spread, and then you're just going to get left and right deals you don't even know where they're coming from, because it happens so quick. For us, it's, hey, yeah, my kid's having a birthday party this weekend. Oh, wait, at our company, we just had this shaved ice business, Snowie Atlanta. Oh man, they were excellent. They got here on time. They delivered high level service, packed up. Staff was amazing. The system was amazing. The communication to get to that point was amazing. They asked what was our feedback. They linked to the Google review. We left them a great Google review. Just, if when you hear that, you're like, oh my, I need this company for my birthday party, for my business, for my company, and then the word just spreads, and it's so organic that it's hard to stop.
Number five, a review and improvement system. Please make a note of this. What gets measured gets improved. Champions review all the time, over and over. But amateurs, they repeat mistakes all the time. Hey, family, quick break.
That's huge. And kind of what I just said, that review system. Hey, thank you so much for choosing us. We would love for you to write us a review. To learn, even if everything went as smooth as you think, there might have been one little thing that they're like, yeah, if you had did this, this would have made it better. That all of your other business deals didn't think of or didn't say, that now you can implement to eliminate that problem. And some people might not have might not want to have that uncomfortable conversation, or some people just aren't in that state of mind to know if it's a problem or not. And to have that review system is important, even when you're winning, not just when you're losing, so you can keep growing, you can keep winning.
Listen, if this episode is adding value to your life, I need you to pause, take a quick second, and hit the and keep comments as well.
Shout them out. This
Now,
is
let me
great
share this,
information.
this concept with you. It is very important. Pay attention to this. Faith plus strategy equals sustainability. This will be your mindset shift for today. Prayers invite God into your vision, but systems.
Faith plus strategy. I like that a lot. And it's extremely important to have that visionary and that person that is implementing the actual business. It's very important to have that. It's so important, because you have someone who's thinking beyond, having that faith that, hey, this business is capable of doing this. This business is capable of doing that. And then you have that person, that strategist, that is like, okay, this is what we're going to do to actually implement the vision, to put us in position to even be ready for that vision. It is so important to have that. And if you don't have another person that can do that, at least understand you have to have both mindsets in order to be successful. Just having that vision it can only take you so far without strategy. Just having that strategy, it can only take you so far without vision. You'll the strategy you get stuck in the same spot because you're just doing the same things. Now it's important to perfect the strategy, but if you're not putting yourself in position to create these new opportunities, to see the vision, to understand, okay, we can grow at a higher scale than where we're at, it's it's gonna get you stuck in the mud. So having both, that's that sustainability that he's talking about. These very quick wording, but very powerful if you dive deep into it.
Prepare you to steward the provision that God will send to you. It says that God never gives a vision without bringing forth provision.
Mm,
Vision
that's good.
and provision. You need to prepare yourself. You need to have a system in place to steward the provision that you prayed for. Do you understand? If
That's
you've
good.
been praying for overflow, your system must be able to handle increase. Now, I need you to ask yourself these questions about your business. The first one, can my business survive growth? The second
Mm,
one, can my business function without me being everywhere? And the
mm,
third, can my business scale without breaking? If not,
mm.
then the answer isn't more faith, it's better systems.
And that growing without breaking is heavy, which is why a foundation is very important. And the strategy of the foundation is important, but the vision of where the business is going is just as important, because then you build the system around the vision. You set yourself up for that $1 million business, even though you're not there yet. You set yourself up for that 10 million, $100 million business, even though you're not there yet. You set the foundation so when you are there, you have the proper insurance, you have the proper equipment, you have the proper legalities, you have everything you need in order to truly sustain what opportunity comes your way. And with that vision, then it creates, when you keep winning, when you keep having that success, it builds that confidence for you to actually believe what you can do. You believe in your potential. You believe you're knocking your goals out. You're knocking your quarterly goals out. You're knocking everything out. So it feels good. It feels good. It's like you're in alignment with your vision, with your strategies, with your foundation, with staff, with communication, with everything. And it's that snowball effect. It just gets bigger and bigger. You get better, you get more consistent, you get more confident, and then things just start falling into place. And it's a beautiful thing.
Let's put better systems into our businesses if we want to scale in 2026. Now, I know these questions can be very daunting, but it is very important to ask ourselves these uncomfortable questions so we can review and filter our businesses in order to improve. Hi, everyone.
And I just want to say real quick, I don't have all the answers. Trust and believe I don't have all the answers, but I am starting to gain the knowledge to understand what it takes to get from nothing to where we're currently at. And it takes a level of consistency. It takes a level of vision. It takes a level of hard work, of systems, of staff, of communication, of trust that has put us in this position right now, which is what's given me the confidence to speak like this.
Jonathan Long,
Get
with
his
this
shoes.
effort,
Nice
flip it
shoes.
over of
Yes. Red bottoms.
this
Nice.
below, especially for my listeners, that will help you to implement the principles that we studied today. Are you ready? As you close 2025 and prepare for 2026, I want you to identify one area of your business that feels chaotic. Document the steps, simplify the process. Remember that systems don't restrict creativity, they protect creativity. Hey guys,
I have two issues that leaving our 2025 season, going into the 2026 season, that we needed to solve. The first one, automation. 100%. There was too many manual things that we were doing as the admin when it's building the schedule, communication with staff, communication with clients, booking to go to our calendar, having a true calendar that is event based, that has all of our CRM system, having that whole ecosystem that communicates with each other. That's what we were missing. We had 10 million spreadsheets on this side, and then we have apps that work. All these apps work, but they're different apps. So it's hard for them to communicate with each other because they're all scattered. Yes, they all work, but it's a chaos. Like he said, it's chaos. And when you're in go 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 mode and you don't have that time to really reflect, it's you just have to do it. You just have to live by these systems and be okay with it. And it makes it a true bottleneck. And one other bottleneck that we're working on, and it's not the biggest bottleneck because we have two trucks, but in theory, me and my dad, who's the owner, are the main drivers, and that bottlenecks us because if we are the main drivers going to these events, we have to be there to drop it off and we have to be there to pick it up, and it creates a bottleneck because we're not able to now get that new deal or be in that room. We have to be at a place where we could utilize our skills in a more efficient way. So what we're trying to do now is create a farm system to where we build a level of trust because it takes a lot. It's a lot of liability having people drive our vehicles. It's a lot of liability. If something happens, I mean, we're liable for it. So that trust, it takes time, but we're understanding that we, in order to scale, like he's saying, we cannot be there every time. Now, because of the nature of our business and the blessings we've been able to get, we have multiple units that we can have now the preparation to drop it off before the event, pick it up after the event with the right communication with the event organizer, which does make our life a lot easier, especially with the stadiums that we go to, the Georgia Techs, the Georgia States, the Kennesaw States, the Coolray Fields. All Coolray Field, Kennesaw State, and Georgia State, we left the unit there the entire season. That is a major, I mean, major deal. Instead of having to go to that place, which is 50 minutes away from our shop, an hour away from our shop, all we have to do now, restock inventory, make sure the staff is aware of exactly what's going on, the timing, the parking, all the communication, so they can just go in and throw their fastball, which is delivering the best customer service that any shaved ice business, any business has ever delivered. That is our goal, that is our vision, and we're able to do that at a more efficient rate because of the risk factor of bringing units and liability of units being on the road and all of this equipment moving a very expensive equipment all the time. We're able to leave it there, put it in a good location where they lock the stadium, and all we have to do is just rinse and repeat when it's time for the event. That has allowed us to truly seek out these other events. And with the blessing of the Braves, we had Braves Country, which is their youth organization where, I mean, we had to go to 4 parks in a weekend with different units. That's a lot. And mixed with Georgia State, mixed with Kennesaw State, mixed with these tournaments where we have soccer tournaments, baseball tournaments. I mean, it it lines up, it stacks up, and to have consistent staff, reliable staff that is on time, that is going to deliver that high level service, that understands the system, that knows, okay, when I go to this unit, I have we have a satellite card. That's our embedded unit. It has flavor station on both sides, shaver, and it's pretty much its own unit. And we have a handbook for that. So, and now what I've developed now on our team communication app, you can now ask the AI assistant, hey, can you What is the first step of the satellite car handbook? Or can you retrieve the satellite car handbook for me? I'm at the unit. Can you help me out? Now we don't get that call. We don't have to get that call. Or if we get that call, now we have a protocol. We're like, hey, did you ask the AI first? Make sure to ask the AI before you ask us. They're going to give you the answer quicker, and that allows us to now do other things, to be more efficient, to make sure we're overseeing all the events happening at one time at the most efficient rate. And it's just a game changer. So to this story has been long, but the two things that we are truly implementing in our system is having a farm system so we don't have to be everywhere all the time, and automating all of our systems, which is going to, I feel it in my bones. This 2026 season is going to be our best season yet because of the automation, because of the communication, because of the access to resources that staff now is able to have. I was able to put the Predator, that's the brand of our generator. I was able to put that handbook into the AI training. So the AI is now trained to understand what to do. Okay, the generator just turned off. What do I do? Hey, did you check the propane gas? Or did the light, whatever the example is, but it now has the information because all I did was give it the Predator manual PDF. It's stuff like that that is going to make our lives so much easier so we can scale at the rate we want to scale. We see Snowy Atlanta as $100 million business, and that doesn't happen overnight. We got to keep working, keep grinding.
Guys, just a quick announcement. Listen, if you've been guided to God and want to show, don't wait.
Hey,
And,
shout him
and
out.
embark into 2026. Let me leave you with some thoughts that will, some food for thoughts, rather, that will help you to finish well, finish strong, and start with a new attitude. Let's begin. 2026 is not waiting on a miracle, it's waiting on a decision. 2026 doesn't need a better version of your hustle either. It needs a better structure for your vision. One must appreciate that reflection gives you clarity. Closure, in the other hand, gives you freedom. Faith gives you direction, but strategy gives you focus. Systems give you sustainability. Build systems, my friends. Protect your peace. Scale your wisdom and let God add the increase. Don't wait for January to become disciplined. Don't wait for the new year to become intentional. Don't wait for the new season to become consistent. Start today. Now, I want you.
That sparked something in my brain. There's a lot of slow seasons in entrepreneurship. Use that slow season as the off season as if you're a Larry Bird. And I say Larry Bird in the off season as everybody's in Cancun enjoying their life, spending their time with their family, resting after this long season. What was Larry Bird doing? Shooting at least 500 shots a day. At least a day. It's no accident how he became who he was. This is no accident. This life is not an accident. This life is a reflection of what you do day in and day out consistently. You are a product of your habits. Whatever you habitually do, you're going to be a product of that. Whether you believe it or not, your subconscious is affected by what you do all the time, what you feed yourself. If you're feeding yourself negativity all the time, Mel Robbins, she made it very clear in her book, Let Them. You have 70,000 thoughts per day, average. Imagine if Imagine if all those thoughts, let's just make it easy. Imagine if all those thoughts are negative. That's 70,000 negative thoughts. She also said 75% of your thoughts go into the next day. So 70,000 thoughts are negative. 75% of your thoughts go into the next day. That's about 50, a little more than 50,000 thoughts. negative thoughts. Now let's switch it. Imagine those thoughts are positive. Imagine those thoughts are motivational, productive. They're putting you in a position to be great, to be powerful. You're just gonna feed off of that energy the next day and get stronger and get better and have more discernment and have more confidence because you are creating a consistent positive lifestyle that is putting you in position to be great. It's all in the mind. It starts in the mind. It is what you feed it. People say you are what you eat. You are what you consume. If you consistently consume things that are not serving you, you're going to be a product of that. You are. And then you wonder why you're in the position you're in. It's because you fed yourself that consistently until there was a point of you look back, you're like, dang, how did I even get here? It's because you did not understand how important your subconscious mind is being fed off of these negative thoughts, these negative actions, these negative impulses. You have to shift that. You have to shift that, and it's only going to make you better. It's only going to climb you up. You're going to get better incrementally. And that's way better. That's way better than any type of growth because that is the growth that is going to be hard to come down. If I do 1,000 push-ups today and don't do any push-ups for the rest of the month, that's not as good as doing 50 push-ups a day. It's not. It's not. I don't care what you tell me. I don't care what it is. It's because you're building a muscle every day. You're building a mindset every day that is consistent and you're going to live by it. Let me get off my soapbox.
To finish 2025 strong with gratitude for what happened, wisdom for what hurt, discipline for what's coming, and boldness with your head up, knowing that you belong. Because the people who will win in the next season are the ones who close the current one with gratitude and clarity. I wish you the best.
Gratitude and clarity. Like that. That is the key. You might not exactly want to be exactly where you're at in your business. But if you express the gratitude of the clients that you currently have and you deliver the highest level of service, that person feels the best connection when they talk to you personally, business wise. They just feel like this business transaction needed to happen. You're only going to grow. You're only going to be a better person. You're only going to be more consistent. It's only going to allow for you to be in more rooms, in better positions, for that person to want to help you, to want to put things on the line for you, to want to bend the rules for you. It's so important. It's so important.
So for today, which is the very last episode.
Shout out to this dude. What is his name? Jonathan Lawrence. Shout him out. This was a fantastic video. Oh my gosh, this was great. Um, like and subscribe. Y'all have a great day.